When we get the little bit of the bacteria, then we can send it to the lab and they'll grow it on a petri dish, just like a mad scientist. And then we'll know what kind of bacteria might be in that little bump underneath your arm. Okay? All right, so I need to see your arm here.
9-year-old Joey Fong Lamboy is at a suburban California clinic for a stubborn rash that didn't respond to earlier treatment. Dr. Lisa Asta fears that it may be a staph infection known as MRSA, one that's resistant to all frontline antibiotics. Left untreated, some MRSA infections can become invasive and, in rare cases, even lethal.
I think it's very frightening because something that appears to be relatively minor has the potential to be much more serious.
That's why Dr. Asta wanted to see Joey right away after his rash came back.
I was playing a baseball game and then I started to get a rash. And it itched a lot then. It turned out it was a really big rash. So I told my mom, and then she called Dr. Asta, and then she made a prescription for me. And then that medicine didn't work for my armpit. So now I'm back here, and I hope it goes away.
Dr. Asta is going to lance a small bump on Joey's skin so she can drain it and test it for MRSA.
So this is going to be a little bit of a pinch, and then we're going to be all done. Because this one's real superficial and tiny. Okay, that's it. You good?
Joey's mom talks to him on the speakerphone as Dr. Asta cleans his skin.
Okay, and Joey, are you okay? Yes.
He's looking mighty fine.
Love you.
Since it will be 2 to 3 days before Joey and his family know if he has MRSA, and because the rash has come back, Dr. Asta is starting him on antibiotics.
I should have cultures back, in 48 to 72 hours.
MRSA is a growing problem among children. Scientists at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are investigating a disturbing rise in children dying from staph and MRSA pneumonia after fighting flu infections. Deaths from MRSA pneumonia are still extremely rare, but MRSA skin infections that turn invasive and sometimes life-threatening are becoming more common.
I had a baby come back either last week or the week before last with just a little infection around the belly button. It grew MRSA. I was absolutely appalled. This kid's like 1 month old. And, with kids, especially kids under 2 who don't have great immune systems, those infections can become invasive really quickly.
As a pediatrician, she estimates that over the last 3 years, she's treated more than a dozen cases of methicillin-resistant staph infections. Even if a child's sore or rash isn't very big, Dr. Asta says parents should see a doctor right away if it's red, painful, hot to the touch, or looks honey-crusted or full of pus.
Something that comes up really quick, seems really deep, seems really angry, red, painful, a real knot. I mean, those are real suspicious lesions. These tend to go pretty deep pretty quickly, and parents say this was nothing yesterday and now it's this whole big lesion. So something that's moving quickly should sort of, ring a bell that you're not dealing with just, a usual skinned knee or a little teeny tiny pimple. It's every age, it's everywhere from little baby whose umbilical cord is, just come off all the way up to my big high school sports player. So it doesn't discriminate based on age, race, socioeconomic, everybody's got it. So, I culture everything now. I mean, I certainly would not have done that 5-10 years ago, but if anything looks like pus, it goes to the lab because I need to know what it is.
In children, just as in adults, MRSA skin infections need to be treated immediately. Early treatment is highly effective, and fortunately, preventing MRSA infections can be as simple as using antiseptics and washing your hands.
Just the mechanisms of flushing with water is amazingly fabulous. The best thing about washing is that it reduces your bacterial burden on your body. Staph infection is real common in kids because the nose runs and they have their fingers up their nose, and kids also fall down and skin themselves a lot more. Kids are less able to get away from, a mosquito environment.
Joey finally got his results back, and he and his parents were relieved to find he only had a harmless skin infection. He has since made a complete recovery and is back to playing basketball, baseball, and other sports. But his parents intend to keep a close eye on him just in case.
I think what we've got going for us is, parents are very much, checking things and looking at things and keeping an eye on things. And, they're our first line in terms of defense against these things for the kids.